Okay, I think we're back. Sorry about that, some technical difficulties straight off the bat. Um, wouldn't be like it in an F1 game, let's be honest, but my name is Big Weir, known as Jason, and you have the glorious pleasure of having me for commentary tonight. So, like I was saying in what was probably the previous broadcast that was very short, we are here in Singapore for round number 11 of Limitless Gaming Esports coverage of Tuesday night racing. At the minute only 13 drivers, but there's been a couple of the guys saying that they're hoping to make it for the race. So yeah, so we're on board at the minute with one of the newer drivers to the league, Fearless LFC. He's on his out lap racing for the Williams tonight. Traditionally this track has been known as quite bad for tyre wear, so I'm expecting to see a lot of the guys running the mediums in qualifying. As we see here, Fearless is on the mediums. I've took off the HUD just so we can really soak up the lovely graphics of this game. Singapore traditionally one of the more aesthetically pleasing tracks because of obviously it's at night time. And we've got all these lovely lights, but we're going to go on board here with Fearless for his first hot lap. He's getting ready to go here as he comes round the second to last corner. Apparently we're going to restart. Oh no, never mind, we got the stream going, so he's talking about the stream just in regards to the technical difficulties we had earlier. So yeah, we're going to go on board with Fearless for his first hot lap. We have a yellow flag in Sector 3. Possibly just someone slowing up for the other lap, but we're just going to stay on board here. Just looking at the tyres, a lot of the guys doing mixed compounds for the first lap. Fearless wants to go in the mediums early. Yo-Yo's gone on the softs. Mr. Basil still in the pit lane. Nem Vidage on the sauce also. Quite a mixed decision there, really. Personally speaking, if this had been me tonight, I would have been going probably mediums last. When the track is rubbered in a little, I can't even talk tonight, guys. Rubbered in a little bit, but he's decided to go early. The laps looked reasonably clean so far. Got another yellow flag in Sector 3 again. Yeah, it looks like someone's slowing up just to get ready for the hot lap, but this Sector 3 traditionally quite a difficult sector to get around. Well, just the slightest bit of understeer here and could cost you half a second easily. Fearless seems to have navigated it quite well when he comes round for his first lap. And it's a 1:39.9, quite respectable. So we'll go on board with Nem Vidage now, a driver who's personally I've been enjoying watching every week because he's just showing the steady improvements each race. I believe he got P6 in a race recently. He was very excited about that. But he's opted for the sauce for his first banker lap. Kingsholm going with a 1:37.6. That's a lot faster than what Fearless set on the mediums. Dr. Wolfang on 1:37.7 on the softs. Really highlights how good of a lap that was for Kingsholm. But Nem Vidage coming into the last sector now. He manages just to... Oh, he's done it with perfection. Coming into the second to last corner now. Now it's a flat out on the exit. Can he hold the full throttle down to the last corner? Looks like it. Solid lap. It's a 1:38.9. You'll be happy with that for now. Tier just behind him, coming in with a 1:39.3. Still a lot of the guys coming. We're going to start to see the leaderboards chop and change a little bit now. Yo-Yo coming around the last corner. He's going to set a... So 1:40. He must have made a couple of mistakes in that lap. What we're all waiting to see, and what we all know we want to see, is this man. This man still in the garage, biding his time, maybe tweaking his setup a little bit. It's Mr. Basel. Last time I commentated, put in the quali lap gamble of his life, went out on the dry tyres in wet conditions, and that was at Monza. You may remember, I think it was maybe last week. He's holding out, he's getting ready for it. So you might be wondering, you've noticed Tim Shapop, he has retired. He has a qualifying ban for this session. He said last week he had some issues with his brake pedal, and that's got him a couple of penalties, and it's just taken him over the threshold for a ban. Rabbi, his championship rival, goes P2 in the mediums. It's a solid lap by him. But James Biscuit, sweaty little lap by him. He's 5/10 up with a 1:37.1 at the minute. So yeah, seems like we've got a couple of pretty fast guys tonight. King's home. I don't even know what that Maz is, like 50 thousandths of a second off P2 at the minute, so he's looking solid. Interestingly though, the medium runners have actually put better lap times in than the soft guys. So yeah, but as I was saying, for the championship then, Tim Shapop, qualifying ban. Rabbi is rubbing his fingers. He's currently leading the championship by, I think it's around 10 points, so just double check. But he, as his championship rival, has a quali ban and will be starting from the back as a result. So Rabbi's currently in the lead by about, well, it looks like about 13.5 points at the minute. So a win here tonight, or at least finishing ahead of Tim, will definitely bolster his chances. As you know, we're in the back 9 of the championship now. This is where it all starts to come together. So this is where it starts to matter. We're going to ride on with Dr. Wolfang now. He's just opted for the soft tyres. He wants to start further up that grid, but like I said, soft tyres around here really don't last that long. You could be looking at a couple of different strategies really. If you want to go for the 2-stop, you're looking at maybe a soft medium, but I'd say a lot of these drivers are going to opt for the soft hard. Feeling that, the medium hard, for the guys starting on the medium run. So just looking, Kingshome's decided to come out on the soft tyres. He wants to improve. He's thinking, I've done this time in the mediums, I think I can get pole. I can hear him say it. Mr. Basel, the man has come out on track finally. He's on his outlap, he's getting ready to go. I want to see this man. I want to see him P5. I want to see it. I'm putting the pressure on him. I want to see it happen. But we'll come back to him. We'll go back to Dr. Wolfang. He's about to start his... Oh wait, Mr. Basel's actually in front of him, so we'll run on with him. As he comes around the second to last corner. Can he keep full throttle into the final corner? Slight lift. Runs slightly wide, but holds it. DRS activated, heading down the start-finish straight into turn 1. As Yo-Yo comes out of the pits, he keeps well out of the way. It's a good line through the first couple of corners. With yellow flag sector 1, then got Yo-Yo coming out, yeah. Yeah, he's taking some pretty good lines through those first couple of corners. Down what is likely to be the biggest overtaking opportunity on this track, that DRS zone. Just keeps it in bounds. Right, I'm seeing purple on the map. Does that mean he's just on the fastest sector 1? I don't know, but I guess we'll find out. So far, pretty clean lap from Basel. But we'll see how he finishes up. Got the Wolfang running behind him, just behind him. He's coming. Very clean. How does he do for the tight right-hander? Oh! Clean as a whistle. Clean as a whistle. Yo-Yo just gets out of the way as he comes round to the second DRS? Third DRS? Depending on what you want to count it. Not a great overtaking spot that, but nonetheless. Nice to get a little speed boost if you're hugging behind someone, but let's see how he gets on through the final sector. Hugs the wall, slight bit of understeer. Someone is off. Oh, Mr. Basel! What's happened? Little snap of oversteer. Coming into the second last corner and flat out on the exit. Does he lift going through the final corner? Just keeps it in blind. This is going to be a good time. Puts himself P3, jumps Kingsholm. Kingsholm's coming just behind him now. It enters the final sector. Cuts that corner nicely. Great lines through there. And flat out into the final corner. Slight left. Downshift the gear and gets a great exit. Puts in P1. A 136. Well, 136.8. That's going to put him up there. James Biscuit though looks like he's thinking about coming out in the soft tires at the minute. Rabish committing to the mediums. The only driver I believe in it at the minute to commit to the mediums. But committing nonetheless. He's coming back in. He's obviously on an in lap. Got the Wolfang on an in lap. So we have Tier. He's about to start his flying lap. Tommy in the McLaren, he's about to start his out lap and boosted in the Ferrari. Letting Dr. Wolfang past. Yellow flag sector 2, that's for him, just swelling up. But Tier's just started his lap. Let's see how he does through the first sector. Oh, just cuts that nicely. Can he hit the apex? A bit of a lock up into the... Oh, he gets a good exit. Slight understeer, but oh, just misses the wall. Using every inch of the track that is available to him. James Biscuits come out on track. Let's see how Tommy does through this section of corners. Hugs the apex nicely, gets a decent exit. Slight bit of wheel spin. A little bit indecisive with the line into that corner, but not bad nonetheless. Boosted still coming through the final sector at the moment. So we see James, like I said, he's coming in his out lap. He's going to be one of the watts for taking that pole position. Put the fastest time in the mediums, and he's decided he's going to gamble for the softs to see if he can get pole position. But let's go back to Tier. He's coming down the third or second DRS straight, depending on where you want to count the first one. Decent exit out of that corner. This could be a good lap time. Tommy looks like he's just struggling to get the traction down, a bit of an awkward line into that corner, but gets a decent exit nonetheless. Boosted has started his lap. Let's see how he is into the second sector. Decent line, he's managed to keep it within the track limits. A little bit indecisive with his line as well. But not bad nonetheless. Mr. Basel still to set a time, but he's come out on track. After that error he's made in his first lap, he wants to make up for it. Did look like he was putting in a decent first sector, you know. Second sector looked okay from what I've seen as well, so yellow flag, sector 1, looks like someone's round. One of the McLarens. I'm not sure what happened there, but Mr. Basil's coming on his out lap now. He's about to go. We'll keep an eye on that for later. But James Biscuit is currently on his flying lap. He's in the second sector. Very clean line through that corner. Into the big braking zone. It's a very, very tight segment of track where that notorious chicane was, I think about 5 years ago, was obviously removed because it turned into a bit of a ramp at one stage during what I think was the 2016 Grand Prix, maybe 15, but nonetheless, James Biscuit's on a flyer. He's navigating the traffic, he's cutting through it like a knife. Everyone's getting nicely out of his way. Yellow flags in sector 2, that's for those guys. Just cutting that corner enough. He hasn't invalidated yet. Oh, just tight. I don't know if he hit the wall or the curb, but he definitely hit one. Coming into the last few corners now. Does he lift off? Or how much does he lift off into it? Drops a gear, but keeps it pretty much planted, and round the corner he goes pole. A 1:35.7. That was a stonking lap. Absolutely stonking lap. He's a second ahead of Kingsholm. He's currently in the pits. We don't know if he's going to come out again, but he's got the fresh set of salt. He's coming out as I speak. He's not giving up yet. He's got a second to find. It's just that's a lot of time to find on a lap, but with track evolution, I suppose we'll never know. Well, we'll never know. We'll know very shortly. Oh, Dr. Wolfang having a big moment coming out of the final corner. He's parked. He's parked in a good position, I suppose, but he's got drivers coming around that final corner. Just to watch he doesn't get himself disqualified, of course, as well. But he had a big moment. I'm not sure what happened there. I'd say he's just give it too much coming out of that final corner. He knows he's on stream. He's giving me a little burnout. Give us a little wiggle, Chris, if you're listening. Wait for the stream delay. Little wiggle. Little wiggle. Nah, he's got his music in. He's focusing. So yeah, looking down the order, we've got most of the drivers out on their last flying laps. Rabbi's committed to the mediums. He's happy with his time in the mediums so far. Puts him in a good position. He knows he's only got to beat Tim for the championship at the minute. Tommy and Yo-Yo, not really time representative laps. I feel like they could move up a little bit. Both on flying laps at the minute. Tommy going for the 2-lap old. Soft at the minute. Looks like there's yellow flags ahead. Boosted just making contact with a wall there as he comes. Oh, he's invalidated. That means he's unlikely to move up, isn't he? Mr. Basel didn't even notice it. He's just pipped his good mate, Nemvidic. Tears retired. He's happy with his time. Tommy's run deep into that corner, so it looks like he's not going to improve. And where did Yo-Yo jumped up to P6? They're happy with that. But I suppose the man to keep an eye on at the minute is Kingsholm. He is coming. Where is he coming? Just started right at the end of the session. Down onto the straight. Will he get a bit of a toe off from Mercedes? I think he's just a bit too far back. Mercedes pulls out of the way to give him plenty of room. Can he find the second? Just takes up enough track to make sure he's maximising the speed he can get in that exit. Great line through. Oh, it's filthy. Down into the big braking zone. Keeps it just nicely. How does he cut the corner? Oh, just nice. Gets a decent exit over the bridge. Doesn't run too deep into the corner. Maybe just a little. Oh, big snap of oversteer in the exit. That's going to hurt him. Dr. Wolfang retires. He's helping. Well, he wasn't going to improve, but he's sitting P4 at the minute. Nice little spot. So I don't think it's likely, unless he's done an absolutely stunk in Sector 1 and Sector 3. I don't think Kingsholm's going to improve in that position, but I think he'd be happy with P2 at the minute. Just got a lot snap of oversteer. Now a snap of understeer. Doesn't improve. So I believe that's our grid. Tommy is on a lap. Maybe. He is. He's managed to get across the line before the end of the session. On the 3-lap old softs, they're going to be finished very, very early. He's going to do a lot of tyre management through the race, but can he improve on P12? He can't. So he will have free tyre choice, which I suppose gives him a bit of advantage. Boosted also has free tyre choice, and so does Tim. My money's he goes for the mediums. Maybe even the hards. Get the long stint over early. Expecting to have a couple of safety cars this race, obviously. Singapore, very little room for error. So that could mix up the grid, well, quite a bit really. Still haven't. We were expecting maybe Bearded Dave to join, but he said he's got stuck in traffic coming home from work, so he looks like he's going to miss out. But if it was quickly to run down the order, then we have James Biscuit on pole alongside Kingsholm in the AlphaTauri, with Fearless and Rabbi starting on the medium tyre compound. Then Dr. Wolfang and McLaren alongside Dazzy, with Yo-Yo and Tier just behind. Mr. Basel and then Vittage Nemvidic's given Mr. Basil quite a bit of stick for his 1 point he currently has in the championship. He's gonna wanna get some points today, and then we've boosted Tommy and Tim Shapop, rounding out the top 10. So we will see what happens. Bearded Dave has got approximately 10 seconds to join the session. I don't know if he's gonna make it. I didn't see him join during qualifying, but he's gonna miss out on an opportunity. If Nemvidic gets points today, he's gonna overtake him in the championship, I believe. That's his main rival. And just a little throwback to Portimao. If you remember, that little spin he had in turn 1 ended up taking him out. So that could turn into an interesting little rivalry down at the bottom end of the standings. I say bottom end, they're kind of mid-table, to be fair. But yeah, that could get very, very juicy. But Rabbi, yes, he's rubbing his hands because of Tim Shapop's penalty. He's hoping to extend his lead today. King's Home's qualified well. He's sitting P3 in the stands at the minute. Dr. Wolfang would be his closest rival at the minute, just behind. Those guys have qualified pretty close to each other. So that could get a little bit heated, I think, with this race. Which looks to be staying dry. Well, no rain at the minute, but I don't know, anytime I've raced around Singapore it has been very, very wet. So, I guess we'll see, but looking at the grid then, waiting for the formation lap. So, if they all get off, James Biscuit leads the way. Shall we have a look and see what tyres Rabbi decided to put on? I think we should. Rabbi opted for the mediums. Tommy's opted for the hards. He wants to get that slow stint out early. I don't know if he's listening to me or if he's a genius, but I'll tell you what, let's find out. Tommy, give us a little, I was going to say give us a little wiggle, but he's on his opening lap, or his formation lap. He's going to be wiggling the whole way around. Yes, interesting. The tyre choice is very interesting. Rabbi, obviously, the only one in the top 10 who opted for the medium tyres. He's hoping for that long stint without a safety car, so that he comes out a nice fresh clean air. So he can just power those laps in, pull out a gap in front, and hopefully that different strategy will take the win. It'll be interesting to see what strategies are played today. Obviously, if the safety car comes out, it's going to completely mess everything up. But if the safety car doesn't come out, I think there could be a couple of varying strategies. 1 stop, 2 stop, heck, even 3 stop if there's some wing damage. That's always possible around Singapore. Not one of my favourite tracks, I have to admit. I know King's Home has said to me in the past he's a big fan of this track. So let's see what he can do today. Will James Biscuit, with that absolutely stonking qualifying lap, pull that gap 1 second on everyone else in the field? That's looking good for him. If he's on pole, he could just disappear off into the distance, but as I've said multiple times, this track is ruthless on tyres. So, we're coming round to the start-finish grid. James Biscuit's going to line up. Tim Shapop right at the back. He's just coming underneath. I don't even know what I'm going to call it, a bridge. I don't think it's a bridge, but coming underneath the walkway, whatever it may be. And he's coming around the final corner now, and we're looking very soon at 5 red lights. Let's hope we don't have a Ferrari Red Bull incident into turn 1. If you remember back, I think it was 2017, both Ferraris DNF'd, and the Red Bull. But here we go. So we've got no red lights. Oh, there we go. And they're off. Let's see what happens into turn 1. James Biscuit getting a bit of a shoddy launch. As King Tom going to jump into turn 1. He's going to go for it. Oh, and they're just leaving each other. James Biscuit having to run slightly wide into turn 2. King's Home takes the lead in turn. Rabbi maintaining P3 at the minute. Fearless is challenging him. He wants to get around him and gone. Kingsholm currently leading the way and onto the first DRS straight, but of course we're on lap 1, so we're looking at for another couple of laps for that DRS. It's all been very clean so far. I haven't had any incidents. The Ferrari in the background there, I think it's boosted. Trying to keep this car nice and wide. Mr. Basel and then Vittich dropping down the order. They're hopeful that with only 13 drivers tonight that we're gonna have Tim Chapot cutting myself off. He goes up the inside of boosted, taking a very awkward line into that corner. Tim's up the P9. He wants Rabat. He's after him. He's hungry for this championship, and he is fuming about his penalties last week. Makes a bit of contact with the rear of tier 727 there. But he's going to want to work his way through this field as best he can. He's opted for the mediums as well. If he can get on the back of Rabat in these early stages, this will be one heck of a recovery drive. Going back to the front then, Kingsholm still leads the way from James Biscuit. Rabat just tucked in behind with Fearless right on his gearbox. Tim has moved up yet again. That is 5 positions, and it's not even the end of the first lap. Gonna get interesting with these strategies also. I'm fairly confident the medium runners are gonna go for a one-stop strategy. Will the softs try the 2? If they go for the hard tyres, they'll be a lot slower, but it's a very short pit lane here. Tommy has decided to pit. I'm not sure if he had front wing damage. It looks like a wing change to me. He's getting a wing change. Back at the front then, Kingsholm still leading James Biscuit, 6/10 between them. Rabat is looking like he wants to get right around James Biscuit and get challenging for that first race, because if he can get out in front, he wants to disappear. Tommy changing onto the medium tyres now. He's going to be hoping for a safety car to bring himself back into this. He just needs to keep his head down and pump in those qualifying laps. Tim still holding P at the minute. Dr. Wolfang in P5. Let's see who our biggest winners and biggest losers are of lap 1. Tim obviously a big winner, he's up 5 positions. Mr. Basel the biggest loser at the minute, he's down 3. Then Vittich is overtaking him. Dr. Wolfang, Dazzy and Yo-Yo, the only 3 to maintain position on this opening lap. So we're going to go down to this rivalry. We're going to look at Nem Vittich and Mr. Basel right on the gearbox of each other, and 1 position from the points. Mr. Basel getting his first penalty. I don't think he's going to be too happy with that. I can hear him screaming already. If Nem Vittich can just keep this clean, I would say he's in good line for points at the minute. Kingsholm, James Biscuit, well, Kingsholm temporarily had the fastest lap. James Biscuit right in his gearbox, and that is DRS enabled, so this is going to be an interesting battle. Mr. Basel's retired. He's lost out on the exit of the last corner. He's done what Chris done in the first lap. We've got a virtual safety car. That's going to be devastating for Mr. Basel. It's exactly what Tommy wanted, but it's going to be devastating for Mr. Basel. He was hoping to get some points today, just to shut down Vittich up. He wants more. I think the pressure of the 1 point is getting him. He's got his 1 point, and he's got a drought. He's got. Obviously, I've got a comment. Let's go on and have a look and see. Is it Mr. Basel? Let's go on and have a look. He's looking to join me for comms. He's looking to join. Let's bring him in, and we'll see what's happening for that app. So we're gonna go blue screen, guys, just for a couple of minutes. Mr. Basel, of course, commentating with me around Monza last week. I think it was last week. So you'll recognise his voice. The big Geordie accent he has on him. Here he is. Mr. Basel, what happened?
Trust us, you don't want to know.
Last corner.
It was just come down the straight, lost the back end. tried to get it and been into a wall.
That's unlucky.
It's it cursed myself because I did say to Wolfgang before the race, you know, once he bins it on the first lap, he's straight into the commentary box. So it's my own downfall.
Here you are. Well, that actually, you probably done Kingsholm a bit of a favour there, because he is under pressure. I'm just looking, DRS is enabled straight after the safety car. That isn't meant to happen, to my knowledge, but yeah, we'll roll. Oh, it was only a VSC. It was only a VSC.
Right.
Yellow flag in sector 3. Tommy is round. He's having an absolute stonking race, and stonking bad. Just, it's such a demanding track, and it's just not agreeing with him. I feel his pain because I'd be something similar. This battle at the front though is getting feisty.
It's going to be an interesting one to see what happens here, because I mean, since James Biscuits came into the league, you know, his pace is it is something I've not seen him on the F1 game this year. You know, I mean, he set the fastest lap on Sunday in Sunday's race, and you know, I know he had issues with his internet connection, but it's Kingsholm's got his work cut out for him here.
Yeah, he's a speedy boy, let me tell you. I raced against him yesterday at Monaco, and only for the front wing damage, he probably would have took the win there. Kingsholm.
Congratulations on that one, by the way.
Oh, I am. That's the second one. It's the only track I've won at this season, so I'm claiming Mr. Monaco. Oh, someone's round. Fearless into the wall. Is he still in? He's still in, but he's took quite significant damage to that front wing. Yo-Yo just wanting a little bit of a slipstream off him there. He's got the whole lap to do with quite significant damage. That is gonna be... It
just looks like the front left that he's got damage on, so it might not be overly too terrible for him this full lap, but he will lose some positions, no doubt.
He's gonna want to come in. He's gonna want to come in. Looking... Tim Shapop. Let's talk about Tim. He's up 9 positions. He's on the... Well, I say on the back of Rabbi, he's 3 seconds behind. He's took this qualifying ban on the chin. On the chin? On the chin?
And he's doing them on mediums as well, so getting through the pack, and I'm assuming a lot of the other drivers would have been on soft tyres.
Yeah, so there's in the top 10, Rabbi was the only one to start on the mediums, everyone else ran the softs. Just want to have a look and see what the tyres are like. They're both on the same tyre compound. Tim obviously has the penalty, which is going to hurt him. He's going to be frustrated by that, but in this sector alone he's pulled in 1.5 seconds. This is still on for... Oh, and I've just missed, so at some point James Biscuit has got past Kingsholm, so let's see if he just disappears off into the distance now. That qualifying pace, he was over a second ahead of everyone on the field. If Kingsholm can keep with him, keep in that DRS, it should help him out a lot though. But now he's got that dirty, disgusting air to drive in for the next however many laps it may be.
I suppose there is one thing Kingsholm could maybe take into consideration here, is that I was actually using James Biscuit's setup from time trial. So, you know, if James is anything like I am, and obviously not because he's still driving, he might crash out anytime soon.
Well, that's how I got my win yesterday. He was like 11 seconds ahead of me, and he said after he pit because he had front wing damage. So, yeah.
It's about trying to get the time distance between the cars behind, and then being able to cool off a bit and take your time.
Oh, hang on, Joe's going for a move. Kingsholm's up the inside, and he takes back that lead, forces James Biscuit just wide. No contact made, obviously, but James is having none of it. He's back in it.
Bit of touchy going on, but...
Bit of touchy. These guys are not having any of it. Kingsholm, he wants that first place. He knows that if he gets this win...
These 4 drivers at the top here, though. This is...
Tim's right.
Something's got to give.
Tim is right on Rabbi's gearbox. If we see a collision between them 2 guys in this race, I will not be surprised. Oh, Rabbi runs a little bit deep. I've said in the qualifying this isn't really a great overtaking spot, but he's hungry for it. He might go for it, but thinks better of it.
So was that, do you think that was DRS that Kingsholm used to get past James Biscuit there?
Yes, that corner is probably going to be the main overtaking spot on this circuit. Typically quite hard. Tim is just is hounding Rabbi. He's making sure he knows he's there. Gets a bit of a snap of oversteer on the exit. coming down into, like I was saying, I can't remember what turn it is.
Who's winning the pit?
Down
James
into
Atkins.
turn 7.
Both into the pits.
Interesting. So he's going to get a bit of an undercut on. Is he going for the hards and the mediums? So that will be. He's going for the hards. No, he's going for the mediums. He's going for potentially a
Hards
two-stop.
for James. James has went for hards.
This is going to get interesting. Okay, so Kingsholm's opted for the mediums. Is he just going to try and eke the tyres out right to the end? Or he's going to hope for a safety car? James Biscuit on the hards, he's not planning the pit again.
Desi Bond just set the fastest lap there.
He's jumped Kingsholm. Did he? Did he pit? Hang on. Did he pit stop?
No, still in the lead of James.
Dazzy has stopped. He's jumped Kingsholm in the pits. So, Kingsholm actually has a bit of work to do. He's come out in a bit of traffic. Dazzy has just jumped him. Tier gets a 3-second time penalty, but he's come out of nowhere, so we've got a new contender in. So this, Tim Shapop has taken Rabbi. I'm missing all these key overtakes. Tim started dead last on the grid. He's got a penalty. Let's see what he has. He's got a 3-second time penalty, but he's currently running P1. Rabbi, ooh, the connection there, it looks like a little
bit dodgy.
Yeah, that was a bit.
Oh, hell.
He's got a little bit of connection issues, it seems. Let's hope that
It's looking
settles.
there. The Rabbi as well has got he's got a yellow tank. I don't know whether or not if he's running low fuel here.
I think you could be right. He's opting for that safety car. He has less than the optimal fuel for the race. So it means that according to look at the lag, but according to the telemetry, he hasn't enough fuel to finish this race. So he's gonna have to do a little bit of saving. Boosted running P3 at the minute. He's obviously opted to stay out. Everyone else, though, I believe, has pit stop. Yes.
There's a battle here with Kingsholm and Dazzy.
So let's see, down into turn 7. Oh, he's right in his gearbox. He wants this overtake. He's hungry. He knows he wants to get as far away from James Biscuit as possible. Let's see if he can get the move done down into turn 7. Yellow flag in sector 3. It looks like Tommy, one of them, McLaren's. Fearless takes the fastest lap. Kingsholm getting ready to go for that move. Dazzy takes a very defensive line there side by side, and Kingsholm's run wide. Two do not go into one, but that is the best overtaking spot on this track, in my opinion. Tim's starting to eke out that gap, by the way, on Rabbi. Sector 1, yellow flag.
Now DNF'd.
Tommy's DNF. Are we looking at a potential safety car? Because that could shake things up massively. That is going to help out Boosted Rabbi and Tim, if that is the case. So far, nothing yet. I think he might get away with it. Oh, has Tommy retired in the pits? He has. I thought he'd maybe crashed out.
What's the yellow flag for then?
It'll do that. It's just the game being the game. He'll come out on the track and hopefully it won't cause a safety car when he comes out.
Tim Shapop's pulling away 3.2 seconds here from Rabbi. It's a good lead, same tyre wear.
I'm slightly concerned that Tommy's car is going to cause a safety car because he did retire in the pits, but his AI has drove on the track to retire. Tommy's there just looking on the stream. And it's disappeared. It's fine. So yes, let's go back down.
Maybe going to be looking at an overtake again here.
He's going to be annoyed. He's going to be angry. He wants that move done. He thought he had it done in the last lap. James Biscuit's just holding on there. Joe knows he needs to get round Dazzy and gone to make the most out of those medium tyres. Currently no penalties for any of those three guys. Let's see how Joe does down into turn 7 this time. He's got to get a good launch out of this corner. Boost is just ahead as well, we're seeing.
DLS is about to take Nemvidic. He's took Nemvidic in the first turn. And he gets a 3-second penalty for corner cutting, a bit naughty.
Well, like I say, if Vidic manages to keep the penalties free, he's looking at points. Yeah, at the end of it, there's only 11 drivers left, so only has to beat one more.
Just rub that in my face, why don't you?
So I've been keeping an eye on this battle between Dazzy and Kingsholm. Same thing this lap. Two cars going into the one corner. Kingsholm runs slightly wide. Dazzy has taken that inside line every time, so he's just playing it as defensive as he can.
James getting a bit squally there on the back tyres. Bit of oversteer.
It's those hard tyres for you. He's got so much battery left, it's ridiculous. He's been just chilling. He knows. The longer Kingsholm gets held up, the better his chances are looking. But I can imagine Kingsholm getting very frustrated, trying to get round Dazzy. 2 laps, let's see what happens in the third.
Currently only the top 3 haven't pitted yet. Everybody else has, and James Biscuit is the only one on the hard compound.
Boost has just come in. Boost has just, I wondered there, I seen the time dropping. We're going around again.
Penalty?
Oh, he's got a 5-second penalty for speeding in the pit lane. Such a rookie error. Hello, I've done it. I can say nothing. I've definitely done it. Right, Kingsholm knows that Dazzy has very little battery left. He's doesn't get the best exit out of that corner though. I'm wondering, does he have damage? Is he gonna go for the move again? He's gonna go on the inside of it. Oh, it's a bit of a lunge. Dazzy has to run wide. He still wants it. He's going around the inside, but still unable to get it. He's just got him. He's got him up the inside.
Oh, bit of a touch in the back.
Very aggressive driving from these two. It's not. Oh, I thought Dazzy was gonna go for it up the inside.
It's going to be interesting to see how quick James can take over Dazzy. He's obviously got the pace on him.
Yeah.
Took Kingsholm there about 3 or 4 laps to be able to get the overtake.
Yeah, and Kingsholm's obviously, he's thinking, Dazzy, you've done my head in the last 2 laps, now do his head in. Don't let him by. Nemvaric up in the P10. Look at him.
Yeah, good lad.
That gorgeous purple helmet. He's having a good one. He's having a good one. He's just on the back of Fearless. And he's got no penalties. If he can keep that clean, he's looking at some. Oh, we've got yellows. Ooh. We've got yellows. Where's that? That's Yo-Yo and Fearless, I think.
Didn't see. Oh, no. So who's that? Dazzy's just spun out.
Oh, Dazzy's had a big one.
Dazzy spun.
That's released.
I don't think. It doesn't look like he's got any damage to the front of the car.
Doesn't look like anything that I can see.
And Rabbi's pitted.
And he's spun again!
Spun again!
And he's got to watch himself. He's in a very... Oh, and that's going to be rear wing damage, surely.
Oh.
Tears coming through now. He's taking Dazzy. Dazzy having an absolute nightmare this last couple of laps. Rabbi is pit. He's currently on the back of Dr. Wolfang.
Now Tim Shapop here has got 27.5 seconds on Kingsholm. And if he gets in the pit without getting any penalties, it could be crucial.
Yeah, I reckon that's going to put him out just in front of Kingsholm. No, will he serve the penalty? I don't know. But if he comes in now and doesn't have to serve that penalty, I think that's him in P1. Which he will be very happy about.
Very close.
Kingsholm, no damage from that battle. He's just trying to get away from James Biscuit. He has opened the gap.
Staying out. Tim Shapop staying out.
Staying out?
He's staying out.
He's definitely going for the one stop, or he's hoping for a safety car, which would just put him nice. But yeah, that gap between James Biscuit and Kingsholm has stayed around the same for the last, sort of in around that 1.5 second mark. Kingsholm's going to want to get a move on if he's going to make this strategy work.
Rabbi's closing in on Wolfgang here.
Let's keep an eye on that. Rabbi, like I was saying, the championship leader at the minute, he's going to want to get round Dr. Wolfgang.
He's still within a 3-second penalty.
See, I'd say he's likely going to go for a move down into turn 7 again. Let's see. Stay on board with this for a minute. Gets a decent exit. Oh, he's lining this up nicely. But I can't see Dr. Wolfgang backing down into this one. Oh, Rabbi's pulled out. He's just getting this move done. Dr. Wolfgang not putting much of a fight there. He's just wanting to have a civil race. Boosted with another 5-second penalty into the pit lane. Yo-Yo's had to stop again. Boosted's
He's retired in
retired.
the pit lane. So
Well,
it looks like all 10 drivers are in the points today as long as they finish.
Exactly. Nembutic in P9. He, again, I'll say it, no penalties. And everyone around him has at least 3 seconds. Fearless with 6 seconds. So he's looking at potentially P8. He said today he wants to try and catch up with Tommy. Tommy's obviously retired. So if he gets, I believe, P6 or more, he has overtaken Tommy in the championship.
Yes.
You'd be happy with that one. So, Tim's in. I was just about to say, is Tim about to come into the pits? He's in.
This is going to be a crucial.
This is interesting. Tim has opted for a 2-stop. He is definitely doing a 2-stop. He's put on the medium tyres. King's Home is just in the last sector as Tim is leaving the pit lane. Is King's Home going to jump him?
I don't think he is.
So, coming down the final straight, this is going to be close. Tim's coming out the exit of the pit lane. Rabbi puts the fastest lap in. Tim is just at the exit of the pit now. He's out in front with those fresh mediums. But we know for definite Tim is going to have to stop again. So he's going to want to put the foot down, put those qualifying laps in, and get gone fast. James Biscuit right on the back. He's managed to catch up to King's Home, get into the DRS. So he's just, well, likely, if he's smart, cruising, because technically at the minute I'd say he's net P1. But
the thing is with James Biscuit, are we thinking he's going to maybe go as long as possible, put the softs on near the end, or do you think he's just going to stick out in the hards and risk it?
Well, I think the hards should last. How many laps old are they? Let's have a little nosy. He's on 5 lap old hards. I always say hards will do 25, 30 before they're done, basically. So, you know, he's got well, how many laps left? I'm terrible at maths. That's about 22? No? That's well off. That is well off. Give me a second.
Rabbi's closing in on James Biscuit.
Again on the one lap will be done. Because if he gets James Biscuit, then he's going to go after King's Home, who he is fighting for position. Both of these guys, both King's Home and Rabbi likely on similar strategies. So I can't see Rabbi doing a 1-stop here. But it's a 3-second penalty. That's going to be frustrating. I'm not sure where he cut that.
I don't know whether or not if you've got an issue with your headset there. But
oh, is it jumping out?
It is, yeah.
Let's see, that should fix it.
That's
Check the 3 yellow flags. Someone's round. It's Dazzy again. He's having a nightmare. I'm wondering, has he got rear wing damage, and that is what's causing these spins, because we did see him hit the rear. Oh, he's drifting everywhere. That's your what, to be fair, that was, yeah, that was,
we're about to find out.
Oh, he's drifting into the pit lane. Is he going to retire? We will see very shortly. King's Home still ahead of James Biscuit, but that gap has completely diminished. Rabbi right on the gearbox of James Biscuit. Also, these 3 are going at it. Tim, on the other hand, started last. He's just cruising. He's just having a night. He's just a little Sunday drive. Definitely making up.
Dazzy's coming back out on the hards.
Dazzy has committed. He knows that if he finishes, he's in the points. He might as well go for it. It's worth it at the end of the day. If there's another safety car, it will shake everything up. But the way things stand, and we're really looking at Tim. If he can pull that gap, he's looking at a win. King's Home needs to pull that gap from James Biscuit, but James is just right in his gearbox. He's getting that DRS toe. He's got a lot of work to do, but still could be looking at a podium. Tim Chapat put him in the fastest lap, and he's having the time of his life. Dr. Wolfang, he's running P5, just in the mediums, having a good time. Where are the he's
That's
no
Dazzy
penalties.
spinning out again.
Oh, that rear wing damage is. I can't see any rear wing damage, but I'm assuming he hit the rear of the car with quite a thump. And if he keeps having these spins, we could be looking at the cause of our safety car right here. Now, I'm on board with him. I don't see any damage to the rear wing. There's maybe floor damage. There could be any number of reasons why he's having these spins. It's just a hard track, let's be honest. I struggle.
He is on the hards. It could be set up as well, so there will be factors involved.
Yep, could be anything. But I was assuming there's some rear rig damage, but I'm still looking and not seeing anything. So let's go back to the guys at the front. Kingsholm again. These guys are right in each other's gearbox. Seems to be just at the end of that long DRS straight into turn 7 that they all close up, and then through sector 3 they sort of gap out a bit again. But Dr. Wolfang, he's the one I would want to be right now, I think, because he's just got clean air. He can take his time. You know, he's hoping these guys in front are going to have an incident. It's highly likely. Dazzy gets a penalty for corner cutting, and I think he just sped into the pit lane. Yeah, he did. This is looking like a retirement. This is looking like a retirement, sure.
I really hope it's such a... he has, yeah.
He's just had a nightmare. I don't blame him. I truthfully don't blame him. He's just had a nightmare. I'm not looking forward to my race around Singapore. I'm going to be something similar.
I honestly think all of the people who turned up tonight in DNF should all get a point.
Yep.
Just for coming up. Yeah. I mean, obviously, that would like double my point stakes for this season's tally. So it's a win-win all round, really.
Nah, I get it. Okay. Let's see what happens. We're going into turn 7 with these 3 now. Is James Biscuit going to go for it? Oh, I think he might. Kingsholm taking the defensive line. James Biscuit tried to switch back, but great defending there. James Biscuit's not giving up though. He's just keeping his car just on the outside, making sure that Kingsholm knows he's there. Rabbi, right? Oh, we might have a good exit from Rabbi here. Hang on, he's going for the move.
I just really hope that this is such a good watch this at the moment, but you know we have seen that Rabbi's internet connection's been a bit sketchy in parts, and I really hope that's not a factor within this race. That'll be very disappointing.
Will be a very anticlimactic way to end, although from keeping on board him it does look like it is
a bit more stable than earlier laps.
Yeah, he's not doing the glitches. James Biscuit trying up the inside. Kingsholm's still driving very defensively. Oh, there's the lag from Rabbi back. Seems to be just sector 3. Rabbi just wants to get past. He's probably getting frustrated at this point. Because Kingsholm's given the toe to James Biscuit, which means that Rabbi can't use his speed advantage of the mediums to get... Well, the effect isn't as prompt as that big lag spike from Rabbi there again. Hopefully that doesn't affect too much. We'll keep on board with these guys as we go on to lap 17. And down into turn 7, James Biscuit is very close to the back of Kingsholm. He's looking like he's likely going to line up a move here. Let's see, we're right on board with James Biscuit here. He's just a little bit back now, but let's see if he can get... No, he doesn't look close enough. Rabbi's just behind again, neither really on each other's gearboxes. Dr. Wolfang, he's out by himself, sitting comfortably P5 at the minute. Quite a big gap to Fearless behind. He's just at the start of that streak. We'll have another look at the penalties. I haven't looked at them in a while. So we've got Nemvidic on 3, Kier on 3, Fearless, he's on 6 seconds at the minute. Yo-Yo, he's dropped quite a bit of time. He's having a great time at the back, just enjoying himself.
Just want to make a note there that Dazzy's just commented on the Discord there, saying his car was spinning all over the place. Setup is messed up, and he has apologised.
Oh, he's put on there.
But good on him. He's turned up for the race. He's given it a go, and we can only be thankful for that.
Exactly.
Rabbi's took James Biscuit.
I've just seen that. I wonder, was there a bit of understeer? Has James got damage? I don't think so. Doesn't look like it. He hasn't pit anyway. That little squabble has actually opened up the opportunity for Kingsholm to... open a bit of a gap. Has he got that DRS gap? No, he hasn't. Rabbi's still there. Sector 3, with yellow flag.
TS727's had a bit of a spin.
And he's pitting. He's got damage. That promotes Nembitic into P7 at the minute. He's 13 seconds off the back of Fearless, so he's going to be hoping really that there's
he gets 12 seconds worth of penalties.
Well, that period too. Because obviously, like I said earlier, he's hoping for that P6. He'll jump right up the standings for that P6.
Knowing them quite well, I know what he's like. He's very competitive, and if he's got the chance to stay out and gamble on dirty tyres and try and make up the time there with a few laps to go, he will stay out. I can guarantee you that much. But it all depends on what Fearless does.
So we're looking at potential King or Nembitic going to the end. To be fair, wouldn't be the biggest stretch. He's looking at, I still can't do the miles, but I think those mediums might be able to last. But they'd be dead, but they might be able to last. We're going to go back to Kingsholm and Rabbi and James Biscuit, see what's happening there. James Biscuit's stayed on the back of Rabbi well. Rabbi's obviously going to be lining up a move on Kingsholm at the minute.
Just look like the internet connection issues are coming back a little bit there with Rabbi.
It seems to be Sector 3, never mind, it's just lagged into Sector 1, so I don't know. Let's hope that doesn't cause an incident between these three, because this has been some saucy racing. Rabbi looks like he's just a little bit too forward. Kingsholm runs deep. This is looking like he's going to... Oh, he's got so much overspeed. Kingsholm thinking better. Is he going to keep his foot in?
He's done it. He's took it.
He's kept his foot in, but Rabbi's just covered him off quite well. Rabbi getting a better exit. James Biscuit sitting just behind. So I suppose one person I haven't talked about in a while is this man.
Oh, Nembitic took a place. Fearless went in the pits.
Fearless has boxed for another set of mediums, so that promotes Nembitic to P6. If he runs to the end, can he keep that gap? See what
10 seconds, 11.
It's going up though. It's going up though. 12. 13. Could he hold a 13-second gap at the end if he doesn't pit? I mean, it's a tough call, but he's in the position he wants to be in for this race. This is where he wants to finish. Also, Fearless has those penalties, so actually the gap is about 15 seconds plus an overtake. But yes, we haven't talked about this man in a while. Tim Shapop is comfortably out in front. I think, I suppose it should be noted that he did start at the back of the grid, didn't participate in qualifying, made his way through the grid, and he's now 17 seconds ahead of Rabbi just behind him. We do know he does have to pit stop again, so he's just pumping those qualifying laps in, seeing if he can open up that gap. He's probably going to go into the softs.
6 laps cleaner tyres than James Biscuit and Kingsholm. Yeah, if he can pull a 20-second lead on Rabbi, he could get a free pit stop in theory.
Yeah, I think that's just complimenting his pace. Just looking at Kingsholm, he's getting ready for a dive, pulling up the inside of Rabbi into turn 7. Rabbi cuts their switch back though. He's not giving up on it yet. He wants that position. Does Kingsholm leave him space? He does. Rabbi gets a better exit. Oh, they make contact.
Easy.
Kingsholm just holds the space. Whoa, that was getting ropey.
So you can't argue with a bit of touchy on an F1 track, can you?
Oh, to be fair, so I think Dr. Wolfang's just come in. He's going to try and get a bit of an undercut, see if he can get onto the back of these guys in front of him. Like we said, we don't think James is going to pit again, so it's really, we're keeping an eye on the time to Rabbi and Kingsholm at the minute. I suppose another point to note is I've just realised Tim is actually within the same sector as the person in last place, so we're looking at potential Yo-Yo getting lapped. He is going to the end though, like I said. Tim Shapop is going to be pitting again, so he's likely to finish in the same lap. He's going to want to stay in that lead lap just in case there's a safety car, just so he doesn't end up a lap down to everyone. We'll keep on board, you're on board again with Rabbi, and these three have just been head to tail. Rabbi's still under fuel though, he's going to have to save fuel at some point. He's maybe still holding on for that safety car. If he runs out of fuel, that's going to be a devastating result. Tim, oh, the King's hit the wall. I think Rabbi's going to go for a move here. Oh, and comfortably takes it.
I'm just going to have a walk down to the side of the racetrack and see if I can get a close view. So I will be back in a couple of seconds.
No problem. It's going to be a bit of a long walk to Singapore, but I mean, God loves a trier, isn't that right? So, yes. Oh, James Biscuit is not. Surely he's not going for a move there. That's a risky overtake. He's just. Both those drivers respecting each other. Kingsholm runs deep and James gets a great. What a move. What a move. Kingsholm's not having it though. He's just either side by side. Who gets the DRS? Kingsholm does. Can he get the overtake done? This is where I said in qualifying you could not overtake, and look, he's only gone and done it. These two are getting saucy. Rabbi has been released. He's opened the gap to 2 seconds, so hopefully he's going to try and pull away. Shame about those connection issues. I'm not sure what's going on there. Nemvidic. Oh no, Nemvidic! Oh, he's got to be so frustrated about that. Dr. Wolfang's retired. Could we be looking at a safety car? Safety car. Full safety car. Nemvidic has just put the soft tyres on. That is going to be so frustrating. Dr. Wolfang's going to be... Oh, he's lost it on the bridge and Fearless just drives into him. Okay. And he's got a severe penalty for driving into him. Was he an AI? What was that? This is going to shuffle things up. Rabbi gets a free pick. No. Tim gets a free pick. I would imagine a lot of the guys are. Kingsholm has. James Biscuit has stayed out. Correct. And Rabbi has stayed out. So... The way things are looking at the minute, Scotty aka Nemvidic, does he pit again? Scotty, I don't know if you're listening to me, but I'm going to give you a little bit of pro advice. You've got a 5-second penalty there and you're right at the back of the grid. If Tim is going to pit behind you, so you will not go a lap down, I would box this lap and serve that penalty and get rid of it. I don't know if you're listening to me, but I would serve that penalty. If Tim comes in, if Tim stays out, it might... What just happened? And now we've got Fearless retiring. Pierce rolled to P5. Kingsholm's in P4 at the minute. He's in the fresh tyres. Not sure what happened Fearless. Barry, things have got dramatic.
See, I've just been down to the paddock there, and Wolfang is complaining about the bridge. You know,
He's complaining about He's complaining about the bridge. I mean, fair enough. I've just said to Scotty, if he had been listening to the stream, I would have pit there. Yo-Yo has pit. He got a 5-second penalty for crossing the pit white line at the pit exit. I would have pit there and served that penalty, so whenever he's on the back of the guys, he's not going to have anything to serve.
Rabbi's going in now into the pits.
Okay, so Kingsholm came in the previous lap. I think he's lost.
James is in the pits as well.
Everyone's going to go for the softs. This is going to be a sprint.
Safety car. Didn't realise it was a safety car.
Full safety car. Dr. Wolfang lost it on the bridge. Fearless drove into the back of him, got a 5-second penalty for it. I think he might have been running an AI, to be honest, but I can't confirm that.
That must have been when I was coming back to the commentary booth.
Yeah, you missed that one.
Missed that one.
It's a very quick walk to Singapore. I mean, I don't know what sort of plane or running shoes you've got, but my God, that was rapid. Oh, James Biscuit just jumps Kingsholm in the pit lane. Only just. Yeah, so this is about to get very interesting. Tier is likely going to pit this lap. If Scotty Nemvidic, I keep saying Scotty, Nemvidic is quick enough here, he's going to jump Tier in the pits. But he's got 13 seconds worth of penalties. That is going to hurt. It's going to be a lot of time to clean up.
Where did he get all them penalties from?
I don't know about I seen 5 seconds for the pit lane exit, but I don't know.
He's just hit the wall there.
Is he gonna pit? Must not have damage from that. Is he gonna jump Tier in the pits? I think he will. He should jump.
Look like, yeah.
So he's P5 with 13 seconds of penalties. Yo-Yo's still quite a bit back, so if he can get on the back of that safety car...
I think there's going to be another lap of the safety car, there's got to be.
Will Yo-Yo catch it in time before the restart? That's what I'm interested. Because that would keep him P6 with the penalties.
Oh, who's pitting?
Who's pitting?
No,
no
one's pitting.
Oh,
sorry.
I was
looking at the wrong thing, sorry.
I was like, who's pitting? I was like, what do you mean?
We're all on the other side of the track.
do you know what that reminded me of? Do you remember in Sky Sports, Chris Kamara?
Oh, yeah.
I don't know.
I thought it was a substitute.
So I told Scotty I would told them footage I would keep him updated on the Man United match score. So that's while we're waiting for the safety car to come in. Oh dear, he's not going to be a happy boy.
Oh no.
It's 1-0 to Atalanta at the minute, Scotty. I don't know if you're listening, but
you won't be.
It's not good.
You won't be listening.
It's not good. Scored in the 12th minute. I can't even pronounce that.
Oh,
wait.
what's happening there? Rabbi and James Biscuit, something's faces there.
I think James Biscuits gave it back. I don't
He's
know
giving
what.
it back, yeah.
Maybe getting a little bit keen to get going.
Now, this is going to be interesting because obviously Tim was flying, absolutely flying above everyone there. Safety cars helped Rabbi and James and Kingsholm. So this restart is going to be crucial. I mean, before the race we did start a pool, and Dad did say there was only going to be 5 cars finish this race. So
Nemberich is pit. Nemberich has pit. He's going to serve that penalty. He's going to get rid of it. That is what I would have done. Let's see what he serves. Is it just a 5? I think it was just a 5 seconds. So that'll put him down to 8 seconds. It's better than the 13 he had. He's still got a chance here. Yo-Yo is likely going to jump him, but yeah. But sorry to cut you off. You were talking about Tim. You're exactly right. The other interesting thing, he's got 3 seconds of penalties and he's just lost that massive gap he had. So he's going to be a little bit frustrated, I can imagine. I can see the safety car coming in this lap, you know. Oh, Scotty, he's just burnt the penalty! He's
commentator's curse right there.
He's gonna be fuming. Oh man, that's actually devastating. I wonder, did he have damage? I don't know, but oh, that's got to be devastating.
I can't see all of these staying out for the remainder of the race. There's going to have to be more pitting involved here.
Do you think? Let's see.
I would say so.
Well, damage is going to obviously come into play. Tyre wear, everyone's on fresh. The tyres are going to be dead by the end of the race. Like I said, tyre wear on the softs is ridiculous. I think the recommended pit stop time's like 6 laps or 7 laps or something, which is just what we have left.
Safety car doesn't look like it's going in.
Surely not. Another lap?
Both Mercedes drivers are going to be loving this. Loving it.
Oh, it's staying out. Wow.
My money's on them Vidic winning the race now.
He's gonna go. This is what's gonna happen, right? Turn 1, down the inside, absolutely rifle the 6 cars in front of them off the track.
Finish the race behind the safety car.
He's gonna pull over at the side of the road, attach a rocket ship, and fucking go. Oh, don't swear. And go. Oh, I'm gutted about the penalty. If I were him, I'd pit again, to be honest. Oh, Kingsham's boxed.
He must have had damage.
He must have hit the wall, or he's hit something. That's going to be frustrating for him. That's promoted tier till P4. He's got the penalties, though. Not sure. Maybe he's put it on purpose. Maybe he wants those fresh softs right at the end. I'm not sure. But, yeah, he's going to have the freshest tyres in the grid, but not by much.
There's one good thing about this race so far, and that's the stewards are going to have a quiet night so far.
Oh, do you think? I think I might be a bit ambitious, but you know,
rock paper scissors maybe.
What I'm saying is, touch wood right now, because I spent a long time. I'm scarred. I'm never picking paper again. It's just no, it's scissors. I think I went for. Yeah. For anyone who doesn't know, I spent about 45 minutes writing the stewards reports last week. It was traumatizing.
So to let people know what did happen there, it was a toss-up between myself and and Jason here, having to do this report, and Rock won.
Rock won
lap,
4 times.
in this lap.
Right, so...
There's a lesson, kids, always pick Rock.
Yeah, well, don't pick scissors. Never ever play with scissors. But, so,
don't play with a Geordie.
Don't play with...
Why do you think Cheryl Cole's been divorced so many times?
So here we go. We're coming into the final few corners. Tim's likely going to start backing up the pack. I'm not sure what his tire. He's right in the back of that safety car. You know, he just wants to get going.
Ooh, squirmy. Here we go.
Round the final corner, gets a good launch. Oh, it doesn't go yet. Rabbi wants to get around him. Didn't catch anyone out there. Rabbi just has to stay within 3 seconds, and he knows that. Kingston gets a time penalty. That's going to be frustrating for him. He's going to be getting very frustrated. He was in a great position. I'm not sure what happened. I'll have to ask him later. Rabbi just knows he just needs to hold that 3-second gap to the end of the race. James Biscuit's thinking the same thing, but he wants to get Rabbi first. Oh, it's getting juicy, baby. Scotty's just on the back. He's just going to have to hope for a DNF, I think, or a severe crash to negate those penalties, but anything could happen, I suppose. Rabbi is right on the gearbox of Tim. James Biscuit's right in the gearbox of Rabbi, and Tier's just behind again. Kingston knows he's going to have to... He's going for a big dive bomb! And that's going to be controversial. He's put Yo-Yo in the wall. Just dived up the inside. He's given the position back. He knows. Oh, I don't think Yo-Yo's got away. I don't think Yo-Yo's got any damage. He might have got away with that, because that would have been exactly what Scotty wanted. Kingston takes the place, though, coming into the final sector. Scotty is hoping that Yo-Yo's going to come in this lap, so he gets that position back, plus a bit of time in pocket. Tim Chapot is starting to open that gap a little bit. He's just pulled out a DRS. Rabbi's going to have to get a move on to try and get back into that, because James Biscuit is right behind him, and he wants P2. Then Vidic says, "Whoa, someone's round! Kingston's round!"
Oh, it's gutting.
He's had such an unfortunate last few laps. I don't know what's going on. I don't know if he's got damage. I don't see him at the minute. But he's just got so unfortunate with this last few laps. James Biscuit and Rabbi.
James.
See, he's coming in a lot. Oh, James has a saucy little move up the inside. Tim is rubbing his hands now. If this finishes the way it is, it's going to make the championship very interesting.
Then 3 seconds are going to be crucial. Can James keep it within the 3 seconds?
I think he's got the pace,
next 4 laps.
Well, we've seen Tim didn't have a qualifying, so we can't really use his qualifying pace as a marker. But we know James was a second ahead of everyone else, so unless Tim is absolutely rapid here, I reckon he can close up. At the end of the day, he just has to keep it within that 3 seconds, and it's just 2.2 at the minute.
Kingsholm's closing in on Yo-Yo.
So I wonder, will he pit? I think even if he has damage, I don't think pitting is the best call at the minute, because he's going to lose that place to Scotty Nemvidage. He's currently running P5. Let's see what the gap is between these two. DRS now enabled. He has opened a bit of a gap to Yo-Yo behind, but he's got to find another, 8 seconds in these last couple of laps. Kingsholm and Yo-Yo battling it out. Kingsholm with that penalty gets the move done into turn 1. Looking at these other guys, Tim is comfortably out in front still, but still within that penalty gap to James Biscuit. Just half a second more he needs to find in these last 3 laps, 4 laps, 3 laps. I'll do 3.
Pulling a bit of pace on Rabbi as well.
Yeah, Rabbi's dropped off a bit. I don't think this is one of his strongest tracks. He's still looking at a podium here, which is good for his championship. As Yo-Yo gets a time penalty, that's gonna hurt him. Where is... You know what? If Scotty keeps his pace up, he might take P6. Just from Yo-Yo. Yo-Yo looks like he's having difficulty. It actually looks like he's possibly driving with a little bit of damage. Just looks like he's getting a little bit understeer into some of these corners, which is frustrating, but camera angle's not doing it for me. Doesn't want to show me. No, it looks okay. He's just getting a little clear in some of those corners. Not sure what. Just cannot break that half a second at the minute. He's 2.5 seconds ahead of James Biscuit. He just needs a half second, or James to make an error. Have a look at Nemvidic. He's pulling a comfortable gap to Yo, you know.
Your mic's
Oh, is it doing it again?
again, yeah.
Damn it.
We're talking about rabbis, isn't it?
Oh, Nemvidic, he spun! He spun! I've done it! I've cursed him! I've cursed him! He's still looking at P7. He pulled out about a 7-second gap to Yo-Yo there in the last couple of laps. He was looking good to negate that penalty, but... And he gets another one. Oh, I've totally done him. I've done him.
Looks like King's Home's in a DRS. Is he going to make a move on him?
A little bit indecisive. Maybe Scotty put his car in a nice position on track there.
Now, the really good thing here is these two are both on a party chat together. And I can imagine this being quite tense.
and Kingsham's going to want to get round a mess up because he wants to try and get after Tier. Oh, here we go into the...
Oh, and Kingshome's got the DRS as well. Oh, what's happened to you?
Little touchy, little touchy.
Kingshome gets the DRS down the straight. He's not giving up,
Scotty defending well, but Kingshome gets the better exit. Scotty only racing really for fun against Kingshome because those penalties are just he's gonna be frustrated with that. He's gonna be frustrated with that. But so we're gonna go back to the front again. James Biscuit has still held that gap. There's 2 laps left. He's gained 2 tenths on... No, he hasn't. He's lost 2 tenths from Tim. If he loses another 3 in these last 2 laps, this victory goes to Tim, and he's going to want that for the championship because I can imagine he's quite frustrated after.
It is a Cinderella story. This is mine for Tim.
Yeah,
100%. You know, I mean, you know, getting told he can't partake in the quali, and coming and absolutely shredding it.
And he's comfortably, like personally speaking, that's my driver of the day. Last place to first. On his own merit, on his own pace. It wasn't safety car related. He's just absolutely slapped it. Rabbi, maybe just not one of his tracks. He's done well today, but Tim definitely the star man. Oh, and James is just in that 3-second penalty. I see it jump to 2.9. This is going to come down to the wire.
The thing is, as well as that's, you know, we had about maybe 10-15 laps with James, Rabbi and Kingshome all battling it out and all with each other's dirty air and the DRS.
Oh, James gets a penalty!
Oh, no, never in the world.
So that means Rabbi's looking like a promotion to P2 at the minute. What's the gap to him? 4.8? Can he pull 1.8 seconds in a lap?
Oh. You know what's going to happen here, don't you?
Oh, what's that when we think
Rabbi's going to get a penalty.
Oh, no, don't say it.
Oh!
Scotty and Kingshome are battling hard with each other. I think it is just for fun at this stage. We're just going to stay on board. We're going to go back to James Biscuit. He's obviously lost out. That one little error has cost him a win.
Looks like he's going to get the 3-second gap between Rabbi to stay in P2. At the moment, he's still in P2, James Biscuit. It's nail-biting stuff.
Rabbi looks like he's dropping back time though. He's just, whatever's going on with him, it's not agreeing with him. You know what, Scotty and then footage, Yo-Yo gets another penalty. Has Scotty got a chance? Nah, surely not.
Kingshome's got the DRS. Has he got the take on him? He's got it there, hasn't he?
Yeah, made it quick and clean, that one.
Good battle though.
So let's have a look back as Tim comes into the final sector for the final time. He can be very happy with this drive, very happy. It was a very quick, clean. Rabbi has no penalties. Tim has one. And unless he gets something in this last couple of corners, he's looking at a comfortable win today. Dominated everyone else here. James Biscuit dominated the qualifying. He said, "Nah, mate, this is my race. Come from the back of the grid on the medium tyres, pit onto the medium tyres, and round the final corner for the last time in the sauce." That's a P1. What a race, son. What a race. Something to be proud of, that one.
Absolutely fantastic. I mean, I know you said Tim was your driver of the day today. For me, it's got to be the one lap that I done. It was a flawless lap.
Let's have a little look at the battle between Scotty and Kingsholm into the last few corners. Kingsholm's got to take it on track. Nemvidic has 16 seconds for the penalty, so he's likely going to drop the P7, but I think he'd be happy with the points. Through the last corner, the two in the same party come through together. I think it's just that was a bit of a...
It was almost romantic, wasn't it? It was almost romantic, that finish.
It was like Schumacher and Barrichello in Austria. I can't remember the year. I want to say 2004. I don't know. Coming over the line side by side. But
even the AI drivers are doing it. Tim Shapop, driver of the day.
Definitely my driver of the day. Definitely, he was phenomenal. I suppose the wooden spoon driver of the day going to the one, the only Mr. Basil.
Thanks, appreciate it.
But yeah, no, great drive from Tim. He can be very, very tough with that. That's going to make things a bit interesting in the championship. Who's just looking at it here? If he gets 25, that's going to put him into, so it's 10-point difference. That's going to only put the championship fight in and around 3-4 points by my calculations. So. But as we've heard this commentary, my Maz isn't exactly what you call great. So, running down the final order, we've got Tim Shapop on P1 with the fastest lap. That's going to help him out as well. James Biscuit, he comes in P2 in the Alpine with Rabbi, our championship leader, in P3. Tier, very happy, he'll be happy with that finish. He started P8 and he's up to P4. And Kingsholm, unfortunately, just had a bit of a stinker in the last couple of laps. I'm not sure what happened to him, but he just got unlucky, I suppose. Put a great fight in all race, but yeah, you win some, you lose some, I guess. So Yo-Yo comes in at P6 and Nemvidic in P7. Every other driver did not finish the race. But yeah, that's going to spice up the top of the table, to say the least. Kingsholm's going to pull some points over Dr. Wolfang as well. He's going to be losing out on that one because of apparently the bridge's fault. But we'll go there. I'll have to ask him about that one later. But yeah, so that's going to make things interesting. As always, thank you for tuning in, and Barry, thank you for joining me.
Not a problem. I hate joining you because it means I haven't finished the race, but
it seems to be every time I commentate, you don't finish, so maybe I should stop.
I'd just like to hold your hand.
Well, thank you very much for tuning in, guys. We'll be back next week. Actually, we'll be back on Sunday with SSR, Super Sunday Racing. I'm not sure where they're racing this week. They are in Japan, I believe. So we are back on Sunday with Japan. Next Monday's race.
I think it's Singapore again, if I'm honest.
Oh, Singapore, is it?
I think so. I think it might be a typo on the thing, because this has Japan in it as well. I could be wrong. I'm normally wrong.
Oh, well,
I'll just crash anyway and join commentary.
Well, do you know what? We have a race. You should join us for it. So listen, thank you very much for tuning in, guys, and we will see you on Sunday.